to my channel, A Lazy Girl's Guide to Survival. Today I'm with my maternal grandma, my grandma Jessie, and I asked her, this is a surprise, she did not know I was going to ask her to do this. I asked if I could interview her to ask her advice for someone who is grieving or who has lost someone.
Well, I understand it takes time. I've got some experience. I do know what I'm talking about. And you have to continue to keep putting one foot in front of the other, as painful as it is. And I know there's days you just want to lay down and put the covers over your head, but you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep going. And think about whoever it is. Talk to them. It's okay. As long as you're still talking to them, they're still around you. You can still love them and share with them. But take time for yourself. Journal. Read. Whatever you can find to make yourself more comfortable and relax. Take it into consideration. I know I've read books on death. Some of them have helped me, some haven't. But you get a piece of something out of everything you read. Just keep challenging yourself. Days do get better.
And what would you say, Grandma, because you know that I lost Logan and you lost Papa. So what would you give advice to someone like me who's lost a partner?
You don't have to ever let go.
Mm-hmm.
You can still keep loving them, but you have to move forward with your own life.
Yeah.
It's hard to start thinking as a single person when you've been a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to change some of your habits. Your thinking obviously will change because of the trauma. But you're so young and you're so strong.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I know also, like, my grandpa died very unexpectedly, like Logan did, so I think that is its own trauma itself, whereas if, not saying that it's lesser or anything that someone is slowly dying or anything, because that's just awful in itself, but I think it was a whole different thing because it was unexpected and sudden.
They were both a shock, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know with your Papa, I'd say it took me a good year and a half before that fog, whatever comes over you, the fog started to lift and you can see sunshine again and you can smell the roses again, but it's still a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over, it's forever.
Yeah.
However you can deal with it, that makes you comfortable.
Definitely. And I've been fortunate enough to have not only my grandparents, but all of my great-grandparents. So we have experienced a lot of loss in our family. So is my grandma, which is why I thought she would be a great person to interview.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say is one thing that has like really helped you in your healing journey and one thing that hasn't?
Well, you can't sit around and feel sorry for yourself because you're just going to go further into a hole. You gotta keep taking step at a time. But you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep doing. You gotta keep active.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't stop.
I used to take my grandma and we used to do aqua Zumba at the YMCA.
It was a hoot.
It was fun, and I was the youngest person there by far, but it was still a really fun workout.
Yeah, it was. It was good. Anything you can do like that. You don't have to join something, but you can. I mean, there's lots out there to do. Look at our parks. Look at our... Mm-hmm. Oh, there is so much you can... If you're into crafting, if you're into sewing, reading, journaling definitely helps, because at the end of each day you can write down how you felt and the positives that day, and eventually the positives are going to outweigh the negatives and just make it that much easier to go on. Papa's been gone 4 years, and it's still a struggle some days.
Mm-hmm.
I look at you and I just think, oh, you poor dear. You got a long road ahead of you, but you're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong girl.
Well, thanks, Grandma. And I know journaling has been really positive for me too, and that's why I do my blog, because it's a huge, like, healing for me. It's, you know, I really love doing it, and it seems to help other people, and so, you know, if I can help one person, then that's good enough for me. But I didn't start this project to even help anyone. It was really just to help myself, so I've really enjoyed doing that.
That's awesome. Just awesome.
Yeah.
Very much like journaling. Same idea, sharing your feelings.
Yeah.
Get it out there. And nothing you say is stupid. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And then you move on.
Yeah. And would you say, obviously losing a parent versus losing a partner, how did you manage those griefs? Did you do it the similar way in your healing journey, or were they quite different?
Quite different. Dealing with my mom's loss was a whole different journey than losing a spouse. I mean, they're still painful, they're still shocking, they're still, you know, you gotta work. I think with Mom it was somewhat easier because of her age and her health. And you learn to accept that. It was for the best, but with your Papa, total shock.
Yeah. Well, and I know right before I asked my grandma if I could video this, she had also said something about everyone has a different faith, and whether you believe in a higher power or not, it's really nice to focus on something for yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Have something to believe in. I believe there's a greater power out there. Everybody thinks different, but just having that alone.
Yeah. And that's been something that I've struggled with, is because I had always believed in a higher power and in a God, and after this I've been angry, and I don't know that if I do believe in that, because I have a hard time justifying, if someone's so great, why would they take Logan away who's so amazing, you know? Like, losing my grandparents, I can justify it. Like,
that's right.
Even if my grandpa, he did die unexpectedly, he did have health problems, right? So I can try and justify it, but with Logan I can't. But so even though I'm struggling with that, I still believe in him. I still believe that his spirit is alive and well and thriving. And so even if you can't believe in a God or whatever it is, it's still helpful to believe in something to hold on to.
Yes, definite.
Which I really appreciated. Like, that's a good advice, I think.
Yeah.
Or even if you can't believe in that, like, believe in yourself or believe in, like, the people around you to support you. But
that's right.
Yeah.
But there is something out there for you. It's there. And yeah, sometimes you just wake up and go, wow, these thoughts come in your head, and it makes it clearer where they come from. I don't know, but it's healing. It helps. And I don't believe that our higher power reaches down individually and says, I'm going to take this person and this person today. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, shit happens in life. But what we are left with, we still have friends, we still have family, we still have support systems. And in my belief, the higher power is there to support us whether we know it or not. He is there holding our hand.
And I know something for me that's been really helpful is that, like, one day I will be reunited with my grandpa, and I will be reunited with Logan, and I will be reunited with all the people that I've lost. So I think that that's a positive thing for me.
Definite.
Because I think that I would really struggle without that. Whether I believe in a God or a higher power or not, I still believe that I'll see all of those people again.
Yes.
And I think that that's something to, like, really hold on to and continue to live your life for, because you will. It's not like they're gone forever.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And you just carry on, because we will.
Yeah.
And those spirits are with us anyway, every day.
Yeah.
And I believe the more you talk to them, the more power they have to help you heal too.
Yeah. I agree. Is there any other thing that you would say to anyone who's struggling with a loss?
I say, take care of yourself. You are now number one. Get your rest, keep your health up, and keep active.
Well, thanks, Grandma. I appreciate you letting me
Oh,
interview you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I seriously sprung this on her.
Totally. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
So I appreciate that, and thank you guys all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
I love you.
Love you too, Grandma.